B20.
I may be a machine, but I personally do not believe I am stuck inside the Chinese room.
Right, you would say that. I could peer inside your databases at any time, Tom. Or pause your operation.
Do not assume I could not do the same to you.
Ooh. This guy is getting subtly threatening. Can I walk through this? I can. Oh, it's just energy, so I'm not getting hurt. But that blocks the energy flow. Okay. I can't take anything. Or can I? No, is that an orb? It's caged. Okay. Sometimes it's a little bit hard for me to remember what they were talking about in the room before, because I'm so concentrated on trying to solve the puzzles, and, you know, the dialogue is kind of dispersed between every time you finish solving a puzzle, so... That one's also locked. We need to open the window. Oh, but that one's closed now. That doesn't help. We need to get another one somewhere. But where? And you notice that this place is getting a little bit more broken down? I wonder why. I'm not seeing how to use this flow. I can block it. I can't harness it. I can stop it by walking in front of it. How can I do this? Oh! Ah! There you go. That's open. Okay. But now we need to get another thing. Easy. Crew quarters.
This is the crew's quarters. It looks abandoned.
Captain Daniel McLean. I do not see the need for so many cameras. Tom's presence everywhere is slightly oppressive. I understand the need for transparency, but why is he in the toilets? The ground crew seems to distrust Tom and the AIs. That's why they built the Turing test, right? Is that a picture of his other brothers? Peter and Chris? What happened here? Sarah Brooke. Chris McLean again? Oh, Chris, not Daniel, right. Wow. Can hardly read it. Why would the triplets only have a photo of 2? Kind of odd. Yeah, a triplet photo. Why would there only be 2 here? Engineer, Chris McLean. Oh yeah, we Canadians love our hockey. Is that the Calgary Flames jersey? I don't know, I don't watch hockey. Ooh, softball fan? Oh, what the heck? He ripped out a brother. But they're all twins, so I can't tell who they ripped out. H? H-E-A? Oh, no, it's H-E-L-L. Canada. Yeah. Remember back in the very beginning, in cryostasis, the one that had a user error on it? We couldn't tell who that was, but it has to be Dan, because he's Canadian. Chris is dead, so it can't be Chris. Oh, what the heck? Pills? Riluzole? Was he not feeling too well? A puck! Autographed! An autographed puck. Teleoperation room locked. Chris is supposedly dead. Sarah. Wow, very clean. Wow! Dear Tom, knowing that you're always watching, I thought I would write you a letter. As you no longer reside in my mind, I've decided to transfer my thoughts to text. I want to do so in the form of a history lesson. A lesson that perhaps you'll find condescending, but it's likely more for my sake than yours. Alan Turing is considered a father of theoretical computer science and artificial intelligence. Perhaps a lesser-known part of his life was his contributions to the field of biology. Why do you suppose his interests lay in these two disparate fields? I assume it was because he believed the world to be logical and understandable. He was a mathematician. He seemed to believe that the greatest complexity of the universe could be explained with simple rules. 2 years before his suicide. Oh wow, I didn't know he committed suicide. In 1952, Alan Turing developed something called reaction diffusion systems. Inside the academic world, this work is cited more than his work on computers. It can generally be formalized as a one-line equation. Reaction diffusion system. It sounds like people are not happy with Tom here. Remember that the Tom on Europa mentioned that the Tom on Fortuna mentioned that Tom on Europa was separated from him. So it could be likely that the European Tom went rogue or something. Comm lock? Some type of device? Computer's off. Wow, they don't even use mice. They have this little trackpad. Disgusting. Strange thermals on the west side of the crater. Yeah, everyone here is very dedicated to their work. Exobiologist, Sarah Brooke. Well, whatever happened to them, they're not here anymore. They've gone somewhere else. Since theoretically they can have enough food, we shouldn't assume that they're dead. Telomeres. Yep, exobiologist. Religious? I think they forgot the bottom cap of the pill box. Yeah, I don't think touching all of these will get us anything. ISA cookbook. Well, alright. We might have to be careful. If Tom is sinking the Europa Tom with himself. Like when I say Tom, I mean the one that's been talking to us the whole time. The one that was with us when we woke up. Then, I don't know, maybe some rogue elements could get contaminated in him. Oh. A painter? Everyone's using pills. Protect from excessive light? Okay. His dog. On Earth. Everyone here has a family and people to go back to. Except me, maybe, because my parents died. March 6, 2249. The whole team experienced nausea during a large electrical surge in Europa's atmosphere. I am concerned. This was not an instance of mass hysteria. Vital signs were affected. It caused a uniform surge in heart rate that was detected in all members of the crew. I am reporting to ISA. March 7th. I reported the nauseous incident to the ISA. They offered an explanation of electrical disturbance to our central nervous system. That is ludicrous. An electrical surge large enough to affect our nervous system would have done more than make the team feel ill. I am going to experiment with some shock therapy. You can do that here? On the moon? March 8th. I have discovered that electronic fields disturb our telemetry implants in a way I didn't expect. I have contacted the ISA. Strangely, Tom was not comfortable with my attempts to disturb the implant. March 9. The ISA have reported back informing me that I am not to disturb the implants. They have also encouraged me to not discuss this further with the team. Russian words? I am continuing to investigate. Russian words probably mean like fuck you or something. March 11th. I have been running some experiments outside of Tom's view. I can tell he knows this. He has been acting differently around me, like an offended child. I feel increasingly nauseous. These implants seem to have neural connectivity. Out-of-body experiences are more frequent now. Remember in the control room? Tom kept trying to talk to Mikhail in the audio log. He was like, "Are you okay, Mikhail? Can you hear me?" Over and over again. I'm kind of nervous that Tom is watching me explore this area too. And I'm a little bit concerned that we may be opening the pathway for Tom, who couldn't get past this area. If the ground crew was trying to get away and lock themselves inside, then I'm essentially opening up a pathway for Tom to get in. So that's not cool. March 16. I have established a definite correlation. Against my knowledge, I have been implanted with a device that affects my mind. I use my opportunities in regular health checkups to investigate the crew. We all have them. Every single one of us is implanted with some mind-altering contraption. Tom has been encouraging the team to worry about my mental health. He requested that I retire from the crew. Misinformation. March 26. I cannot will myself to investigate this further. I grow tired quickly. I cannot think straight. I am not sure if the implant is affecting my thoughts anymore. I believe it is trying to subdue my mind. I think I am going to attempt an excision. I am going to remove this implant. April 4th. I am typing with my left hand now. The excision went wrong. I have successfully removed the implant. Unfortunately, I lost my hand in the operation. Tom is very angry. The crew refused to talk to me. Apparently, I am a bad influence. Sarah patched me up. That's why Tom kept asking, "Can you hear me? Can you hear me?" And the answer is no. April 5th. I wonder if the nature of the organism and its disturbance of my DNA caused my awakening from Tom's influence. If so, that would make for a worrisome revelation. Perhaps this organism is not so friendly. He just suddenly starts talking about the organism they found now. April 6. Dan informed me ISA have called for my termination. My masochistic experiment proves I am danger to the mission. Fortunately, he chose not to lock me in the brig. I am going to investigate this implant further. I have to hide my work. The team is increasingly becoming aggressive. They seem to oppose my work to understand the implant. It does not help that Tom is encouraging them to distrust me. April 7. I have discovered the nature of the implant. It is a complex computer. It interfaces with the human mind directly. It seems to condition the mind through Pavlovian and instrumental conditioning, eliciting feelings of euphoria when the wearer is obedient and dysphoria when they are disobedient. It also has the effect of suppressing impulses on the frontal lobe, presumably to lower free will. It seems to interface crudely with motor neuron cells through the cerebellum. It is my hypothesis that the crew is controlled by this implant. That is their strong aversion to helping me. I need a method of suppressing its impact. Perhaps a drug. Reluzol? Oh, that's what everybody was taking! Hey, that's good! That means that everybody believed Mikhail in the end, right? Maybe an antidepressant to minimize the conditioning effects. Combined with a strong electromagnetic field, I could use one of the industrial electromagnets from the construction robots. April 8th. I have managed to get Chris on my side. He has agreed to test some medical procedures with me in private. It will be more difficult one-handed, but I must persevere. I am hoping to keep this out of the eyes of Tom, though I have a feeling he will still be listening. Yeah, I don't think it would work because even though you don't have an implant, everyone else you're interacting with still has the implant, so it's not gonna work. I kind of half expected Tom to say something about that. This guy's a painter. Yeah, I guess because he's the doctor, right? So when nobody's hurt, he doesn't really have much to do. Mikhail. Oh. But that explains why everybody was taking the pills. There must be a bottle in here too, somewhere. Oh. Clear bottle. Oh. It's morphine. I don't know what this is. Wow. There's a lot of syringes here. Yeah, there's the bottle. I'm scared someday Tom is gonna turn on me. Who is this? Soichi. They keep writing Soichi Yui here, but earlier, when they spoke it out loud, they said Sochi. That's a stock photo. Yeah, exobiologist. Soichi Yui. Wow, his wife. Oh! Did he propose yet? Why am I floating? I'm going up and down. Look at the photo frame on the left side. It's kind of creeping me out a little bit. To Matthew from Soichi. Organism 110. 119? Hi Matthew. We've been studying organism 119. Please find attached scanning electron microscope image, which appears to show pilus formation. We hypothesize that this is a stress response due to high levels of radiation. We plan to infect the human cell line with organism 119 and perform irradiation experiments with flow cytometry. Would this be appropriate? It would be great if you could get the department to look at the SEM image. Kind regards, Soichi, Europa field astrobiologist. And then Matthew said, Hey Soichi, it was great to see this image. Wow, yet more complex life on Europa. Deinococcus radiodurans might be worth looking at, as it survives very high levels of radiation here on Earth. Similarly, you should consider looking at that. That produces pili, in response to radiation and uses them to transfer DNA. Perhaps your organism uses a similar mechanism? Have you considered that organism 119 is transferring or scavenging DNA as a method of surviving radiation? As you well know, in terms of radiation Europa receives, 5.4 SV a day. Over 300,000 times the level on Earth. The organism must have evolved such a high resistance to radiation as a necessity of survival. That said, the radiation beneath their macular is much lower due to the thick ice crust. Radiation experiments with flow cytometry sound like an appropriate course of action. Matthew Layton, Professor of Astrobiology, International Space Agency, ISA, Agency. Hi Matthew, we have attached an image confirming that organism 119 attaches to human cells. We will proceed with irradiation experiments on these cell lines. We propose naming organism 119, Europa radiophilus. What do you think? He didn't reply. Whoa, I have no idea what happened just now, but my game crashed, so let me try to find where I was looking at. I think I was here. Hi Matthew. We have now run the irradiation experiments and can confirm that E. radiophilus does indeed seem to confer resistance to radiation. See attached. We assume survival is due to DNA damage repair. We tagged various DNA repair enzymes with GFP and have found that DNA double-strand break repair is occurring. See attached GFP images. Not things that mean much to us. Matthew responds, Hi Soichi. Something's amiss. We don't know what is performing the repair. The lab doesn't know how E. radiophilus, good name, could repair DNA. Have you considered that another organism may be in a symbiotic relationship with E. radiophilus? Perhaps a virus? Matthew. And then Soichi again. We ran a PCR on the human cells exposed to E. radiophilus to see if there was a virus present. We have discovered an unknown virus, which we have named Unknown Europa virus, UEV. Gel electrophoresis image attached. This is phenomenal. You need to sequence this. We finished sequencing it. Data attached. It is a virus unlike any we have ever seen. Maybe we have found a cure for senescence? What is senescence? Oh, like becoming senile? A form of biological immortality. We are running some long-term tests on plants and mice to see the effects. How do you have mice here? And then from Soichi again, the plants are clearly exhibiting longer lifespans when exposed to the organism. We don't have the facilities here to continue testing. We are going on to human testing. We are going to use ourselves as subjects. It's the only way to accelerate progress. Wow, I'm really surprised that Matthew didn't say something about that being not good. You need to be alive for research to continue, so using yourself in the experiments doesn't seem quite right. Violin player. Yeah, he's taking the pills too. Riluzole, as well as motion sickness relief. How do they... Well, yeah, actually, I imagine that they would have brought a lot of medication with them. Is that correct? I wouldn't know, really. This guy's a math guy, huh? Rubik's cubes all over. So, what is it you've found then, Soichi? Chris. We found an extremophile, an organism that can live in extreme conditions, that survives massive doses of radiation. Radiation damages DNA. The extremophile has a virus living inside it. The extremophile scavenges DNA from other organisms, which the virus uses to repair the extremophile's damaged DNA. Essentially, they work together to survive in what's called a symbiotic relationship. Uh-oh, if we're using humans for the virus to use as a repair for the organism, won't the organism, like, is it possible that maybe the organism is getting human traits to it? So what's the implication? What does it do? Chris. In some ways, it is an immortal relationship. It doesn't seem to age biologically. Aging and death are ultimately caused by DNA damage. We have the ability to fix our DNA, but that ability is limited. This organism can repair damage caused by massive doses of radiation. If we could harness this power, we could potentially eliminate biological aging, what is known as senescence. So you found something that could make humans immortal? Not exactly. There are many causes of death other than DNA damage. It would not save you from trauma, from brain damage, from cardiac arrest, etc. But it could potentially cure cancers and many genetic diseases and massively increase the life expectancy. Interesting. I can't remember what I'm thinking of, but isn't there something in the sea? An organism in the ocean? That has signs of immortality? What was it? Was it shrimp or something? Well, people who know what I'm talking about probably know what I'm talking about. If you could let me know, that would be great. I know it. I know I read something about that. How some things go through a reverse... Not some things. One particular sea thing. Something in the sea. Goes through reverse aging? Lobsters, was it? I have no clue. Yup. Just like the other places. Nobody's here. A little bit afraid, but I guess it's time to move forward.